Kroos the Keen Glint, also known as Kroos Alter or Kralter, is a 5-star marksman sniper who's only available from the escort duty missions during the Invitation to Wine event. Kralter has an undisclosed amount of combat experience, most likely being more than 1 year, as that's how many base Kroos had. And Kralter is a young adult compared to her teenage base form. She stands at 161 centimeters tall, having grown 7 centimeters since her base form, was born on the 22nd of November in Rimbilliton, and is of the Countess race. In her archive files and promotion record, it's noted how much Kroos has and hasn't changed. Though she's taller, has longer hair, and dresses differently, at her core, Kroos is still the same as before, enjoying playing, laughing, and goofing off. Unlike before, where if you approached her while she was napping and she'd greet you in a half-asleep stupor, now she'll free you from the trap that she laid and called it a prank. One thing, however, is sure, she's no longer Reserve Operator Kroos. Her second archive file are excerpts from Kroos' trapping notes. Going down the list, there's marathon alarms, which he got the idea from her friends when they used it to get her out of bed, and how sound is important on the battlefield. Invisible warning tape, which is putting clear tape across the door, and how it evolved into an unseen tripwire which goes well with other traps. Hollow cake, basically hollowing out a cake and putting something inside, which can be turned into storage caches or traps. After becoming a formal op, Kroos can now perform solo missions. When on these assignments, Kroos works very well to properly do them, being able to delicately sort out conflicting views and fluently communicate with employers. This led to Kroos having a spotless record for these assignments. While she's taking a break, she remains at Rhodes Island, where she helps the instructors by sharing her experiences, or does recon and solo op training. She's discarded her bad habits, and strives to excel at what she does. Kroos has gone a long time since she's been able to fully relax and decompress, due to a fixation on a mistake she made. When she and the rest of Reserve Op Team 1, Fang, Beagle, Hibiscus, and Lava were in Rimbilliton and still worked together, a bolt skewered the body of a teammate, which left a scar on Kroos' mentality. She keeps telling herself a bunch of what-ifs on repeat. She can't forgive herself for not doing better. She's become a light sleeper, scared of her own negligence, scared of allowing another crisis to hurt a friend. This is the price of maturity. Her promotion record is a Rhodes Island Workshop armament remodel record. There's personalization adjustments, trinketry being added, adding then removing of sights, removal and replacement of trinkets, a whole body remodel which uses new materials to increase the strength of the crossbow, improved load method, and the attachment of a bayonet on the foregrip. Kralter, much like her base form, is confirmed to be infected. She has a cell originum assimilation of 10%, 2% higher than her base, and a blood originum crystal density of 0.25 parts per liter, 0.02 parts per liter higher than her base form. In her character art drawn by Shimono-kun, Kralter wears a white, collared, button-up shirt that has the sleeves rolled up to the elbows, a leather wrist guard on her left wrist, a black glove on her right hand, a green bandana tied around her right elbow, 2 leather straps on her upper left arm, a quiver strapped to her back with 3 visible bolts sticking out, a hair accessory around her left ear that resembles Fang's necklace, a black suit vest, black short shorts, a large belt with gold belt buckle that has pouches, straps, and a cloak attached or tucked into it, gray thigh highs, a thigh pouch on her left thigh, black lace-up knee-high boots, and she holds her heavily modified crossbow with her right hand, the crossbow itself having the aforementioned mods on it, such as the bayonet. In her voice lines, voiced by Asuza Tadokoro, who also voices Fino Bloodstone and Yu Shibu, Symboli Rudolph in Uma Musume, Mifuyu Ogami in Precon, Phoebe in Grand Blue, Jericho and P22 in GFL, and Haruna Kurodate in Blue Archive, Kralter has grown into a good Rhodes op.
よくできたね。ドクターは休んでて。ここからは私が目を光らせておくからね。ここにあるファイルは整理しなくてもいいんだよね。それならもう少し横になってていいよ。 さん休めば体にいいからね。少なくとも目の下のクマはなくなるでしょ。はいはい、ドクター帰ってきたよ。最近は面倒ごとに巻き込まれてないよね。ならよかった。じゃあ部屋に戻って休むね。対応してほしい案件があったらまた声をかけてね。クロスボウを構えたら目に映るのは照準器とターゲットだけになるけど、引き金を引く前にはたくさん考えないといけないんだ。私はもう少しだって横着するつもりはないよ。今回は任務で縁国まで行ってたくさん役に立つ情報が集まったから、もう報告書にまとめて提出してあるよ。ちょっとドクター、私はもう予備オペレーターじゃないんだから、サボらないで報告書一式を仕上げるくらいはできるよ。私なら起きてるよ、ドクター。今はもう昔と違って眠りたくてもそう簡単に眠れないんだ。何かやってほしいことはある？外勤任務とか？それとも予備オペレーターの指導とか？不幸はいつも唐突に、かすめていく矢よりも早くやってくるんだ。なのに私はいつも反応が遅くて、不幸の連続をただ見てることしかできないんだよ。私もドクターみたいにいろんなことを予測できたらな。わかってることに備えるのなら、私だって失敗しない自信はあるよ。レムビリトンでの激戦でみんな成長できたけど、でももし優秀になるのに代償なんていらなかったらいいのにね。どこにも逃げ場なんてないし、覚めない夢もないんだよ。だから嫌なことと向き合った時はね、力の限りを尽くすしかないんだ。それで傷や痛みが残っても、一生ずっと後悔するよりはマシだからね。
At E2 with everything maxed, Kroter has 1,710 HP, 608 attack, 176 defense, 0 resistance, a 70-second redeploy time, 12 DP cost, and a 1-second attack speed. Her range is the standard range of a marksman sniper. At max trust, she gets plus 75 attack. At max pot, she gets minus 3 DP, minus 10 seconds to redeploy, and a buff to her talent. Her talent, which is unlocked at E1, Bullseye, at E2 pot 4, when Kroter attacks, there is a 20% chance to deal 160% damage and stun the target for 0.2 seconds. Kroter has two base skills, with one being unlocked when she reaches E2. Her first base skill, Alternate Operator, when Kroter is assigned to the control center, each alter increases the morale of all ops in the control center by plus 0.05 per hour. Her second base skill, Combat Techniques Marksman, when Kroter is a trainer in the training room, all snipers get plus 30% training speed. If the trainee is a marksman sniper, training speed is further increased by plus 45%. I don't know if it adds up on top to make it plus 75% training speed, or if it goes from plus 30% to plus 45%. Kroter's first skill, Traceless, gains SP from attacking enemies and is manually triggered. Level 7 starts with 7 SP and requires 15 SP to proc, lasting 13 seconds. M3 starts with 10, needs 15, and lasts 15 seconds. At level 7, Kroter gets plus 30% attack, her attacks hit twice in a row, and she gains camo. At M3, she gets plus 40% attack. Her second skill, Silencer, gains SP over time and is manually triggered. Level 7 starts with 20 SP and needs 40 SP to proc, lasting 26 seconds. M3 starts with 25, needs 35, and lasts for 30 seconds. At level 7, Kralter's attack speed is increased moderately to 0.07 seconds, and attacks hit twice in a row. After she hits a target 40 times, attacks hit 4 times in a row for the remainder of the skill duration. At M3, her attack speed is greatly increased to 0.625 seconds. Her attacks now hit 4 times in a row after hitting a target 32 times. Kralter has an MAR-X module, oh my god it's Karl Marx, called Truth or Dare, making it so that her attack is increased to 110% when she attacks aerial targets. At module level 3, Truth or Dare buffs Bullseye, making it so that when she attacks, there's a 20% chance to deal 175 damage and to stun the target for 0.2 seconds. She also gets plus 190 max HP and plus 31 attack. To unlock and max out her module, you must have Kralter at E2 level 50, have 100% trust with her, have Kralter use Silencer a total of 5 times during battle, 3-star 3-8 having Kralter defeat Skull Shatterer, have 6 module data blocks, 20 data patching strips, 8 data patching devices, 3 incandescent alloy blocks, 4 RMA 70-24s, 5 optimized devices, and 150,000 LMD. All things considered, Kralter is a pretty decent 5-star sniper. She's a welfare op and easily obtainable and max potted. Her S1 hits twice and gives her camo. Her S2 drastically increases her DPS, especially after hitting the required amount of times, along with her talent stunning enemies, which can proc decently often with such a high DPS. Camo is always nice to have, especially when you're first placing down units that can be targeted by ranged enemies. And, as I mentioned before, her talent can have a high proc rate due to her S2's increased DPS. However, there are a few issues with Kralter, one of the main issues being that she's a welfare op for an event that has yet to get a rerun, as it was released not too long ago. Her talent, which is thankfully supplemented by her S2 having a high DPS, is only a 1 in 5 chance to proc and only stuns for 0.2 seconds. Her S1 is Offensive Recovery, which means it will take a while to charge if she's competing for hits with other ops, and her S2 requires heavily populated stages to reach its full potential. Her module also isn't that great, as it only barely increases damage against aerial targets, and her talent is increased by like 10 to 15%. Overall, if you have Kralter, I'd give her a medium-low priority to raise. She's a decent enough marksman sniper, but there's also other decent 5-star snipers, such as Blue Poison and Platinum, who can be easily obtained and have some more general use skills, at least in my opinion. When Invitation to Wine does rerun, and you're just starting out, she's not a bad sniper to have if you don't have anyone else. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Twitter for updates, I also stream, and please check out my other Arknights and Azure Lane videos as well. There will be a teaser out tomorrow for next week's character summaries.